Yeah, it was a weird year. I think that no one really could have predicted this year happening for sure. I've been lucky enough in my career where I haven't been hurt or injured, so I've never really dealt with that. So it was definitely a little bit of adversity in that aspect that I had to deal with. So I thought that the training camp at the start of the year was good, and you get sent back down to Hartford, and you're a little bit upset by it, and you kind of want to use that as motivation to get back up here. And my first 3 games down there, I played really well, and just an unfortunate incident happened where I got hurt for that long period of time, and then get called up, and you get an opportunity here to play, and you come into a lineup where it's a little bit nerve-wracking, a little bit nerves are coming in just where the team was and the situation was this year, and a little bit of pressure to make an impact right away, and felt like I've played good hockey when I was here, and I think there's about maybe 3 or 4 games where I look back, or I walked away at the arena saying I could have been better those 3 or 4 games, but other than that, I think I've played pretty good hockey. Again, like I mentioned, the statistics and the stats and all that stuff may not look like it, but I've been told, and I've personally thought that I've played good hockey when I was in the lineup.
What are kind of your goals going into next season?
I think just having the mindset of coming back and earning a spot in this team. Nothing's given to you, and you got to earn everything in this league. And we're gonna have new eyes and new faces around. So just to earn that opportunity, earn that chance. And I've gotten into the summer, every summer with shortened summer, I guess, and that's a good thing. Just been playing so much hockey, and now I kind of get a longer summer, and I'm not too sure what I'm gonna do with myself, I guess, for 5 months, but I'm excited to spend some time home with my family and friends, and like I said, it's going to be a longer summer to train and work out, and that's the biggest thing at such a younger age in this league, is just to get bigger and stronger. And it's cliche, but every year I keep getting bigger and stronger, so hopefully I step into the training camp next year and hopefully make the team next year bigger and stronger and faster, and that's just the goal, to keep up at this level.
You've spent the last couple of years trying to prove yourself to a certain coaching staff. That coaching staff is now, well, the coach at least is gone. Is that good for you? Does it matter to you that what you've been doing, trying to prove yourself to one staff, now you're going to have to do it again?
Yeah, I think it's just a mindset you have to go into it. It's just a new face. It's a new eyes looking at you, and whoever it is may not know who I am or know my game or anything like that, and all I have to come in here and do is just try to impress them and be noticeable. And that's just the thing I thought I've been doing since I came up here, and be noticeable and take each day by the horns and kind of run with it. And like I said earlier, I think there's obviously some games and some days where I can look back and go, I could have been better that game, but I don't want to put too much pressure on myself at such a young age to do that with the guys in this locker room. So I wouldn't be so much worried about it. I think it's a new opportunity. It's a good opportunity. So we're looking forward to seeing what happens.
Brennan, you touched on the summer.
What's your plan to focus on in the off season?
I want to work on everything. I love the game. I love learning. I'm a hockey nerd, so I watch the playoffs every year. I think this year will be a little bit more different, I guess, just because we were in the fight, and I was in the fight to try to make the Stanley Cup playoffs, and it's kind of crazy for me to say that, I feel like, because I didn't know I was ever going to get this opportunity. So go home and just watch the Stanley Cup playoffs and kind of watch that and know how important that is to try to win. And I think just the goal is just to go in the off season and come back and make the team, and that's basically just the end goal. So at a young age, I don't know how much of an impact I can make on a team like this, but I'm hoping to make the biggest impact I can.
You touched on the physical side, the bigger, stronger, faster. So it's just weight training, skating. Is that going to be one of the main focuses?
Yeah, I'm going to take a little bit of time off the ice. I feel like out of a lot of guys I've talked to around the league and on this team, I think the biggest thing is take time off the ice and kind of focus just in the gym a little bit. So I think I'm just going to do that. I don't really have a timeline of when I'll be back skating, but I'll be back in the gym in a few weeks and take some time off and just enjoy some time with my family and enjoy the summer weather a little bit. And that's the end goal, is just to get bigger, stronger, and faster. And my numbers over the years in the gym and on the ice have gone up, and it's always a positive sign. So hopefully they can continue going up going into the season next year.
Other guys asked earlier, but you are healthy, right? After that problem, you have no issues going into the summer in terms of...
No, healthy. 100%.
Just wondering if there's guys you'll train with, or would you even consider at some point in the summer maybe coming back here to work with some of the Rangers guys?
Yeah, I mean, like I said earlier, this is the longest time I've had off, so I've taken the advantage of being at home the last couple of years. So I think this year I'm coming a little bit earlier, and I'm used to the guys now. I'm used to the staff now, and you know, the arena and the facilities. So I think coming back a little bit earlier, middle of August, I think is a goal for me, and that gives me, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks until training camp starts to kind of get used to the players again, and you know, enjoy, you know, summer weather here in New York, and enjoy the experience in New York a little bit too. So like kind of that's the plan towards the end of the summer. The start of the summer, still trying to figure out the details to that, but yeah, there's definitely a plan to work out, skate with NHL guys. I've been skating with NHL guys for the last few years now, so yeah, I think that's just the end goal, and come back here in August and be ready to go.
With all that you've done this year, how much do you think you've grown as a player, but also from a mental standpoint as well?
Yeah, mentally it was hard this year. You know, I think it was just hard getting sent down again, and then making my way back up. You know, the goal was to play a few games, 10 games, and see what happens, and come back up. And then, you know, you get hurt, as an injury happens, and then you're sitting down there for 10 more weeks, right? And you know, it's not a knock to anyone down there in Hartford. I mean, they're great people. I went down there last weekend to say bye to those guys, just because the relationships I've built down there and how comfortable I was down there. They're amazing people. So they took care of me when I was down there, and they nursed me back to 100% to be able to come back and play. And you know, I think that was just hard mentally to do that. I've never gone through that, so a lot of guys down there helped me out. A lot of staff helped me out there, and then coming back up here, you know, it's just mentally it was hard. You know, I'm still pretty upset that I wasn't able to do more offensively, and I think that's just a goal going into the summertime. I know I can do more offensively. The organization knows I can do more offensively. You know, it's just an opportunity that I'm, you know, going to be able to get next year and earn next year. And this year was just a, you know, opportunity where to come in and, you know, be noticeable and work hard, and not so much worry about the points thing. And I've produced at every level that I could possibly produce at. I've produced in the OHL, I produced over in Switzerland in the American League, so I'm not too worried about the production kind of thing. So I'm just going to go in the summer with a clear mind, 100% mind, being healthy, and enjoy some time with my family, work out, get stronger, and come back ready to go in September.